Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool Western Electric 202 rotary desk telephone with an E1 handset and a 684A bell box. This is Larry's equipment from New York, and this is the initial checkout of this equipment. And we're going to run through a little bit about what we need to do. And I want to show you the telephone real quick. Very cool E1 handset. And we've troubleshooted this unit. It's in very good condition for its age. But we've troubleshooted into the telephone a little bit, and we want to show you the handset has an issue. If you notice on the diaphragm style handset receiver, we're missing the metal plate, the disc, and that needs to be repaired. We'll have to replace that, and then we want to also check our transmit, so we'll troubleshoot that issue. We'll troubleshoot our handset cord. We also want to hardwire the line cord from the telephone to the bell box. We normally do not take care of that situation. We make the telephone plug and play and the bell box plug and play, but since we have a really nice line cord that's cloth, we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot that. If it's good, we're going to wire it to the bell box, the network, and then we will install a modular port inside the telephone bell box for your line cord. And Larry can simply bring in any length, any color line cord he chooses and continue out to a telephone jack. We also want to go through our rotary. We want to make sure that that's cleaned, oiled, and adjusted. We want to go through our hook switch. So we'll be taking care of all of those issues. Now our bell box, we want to troubleshoot our solenoids. We want to check our bells, make sure that they're adjusted properly. And we want to look at the wiring situation, make sure all of our wires have good connections. And so we'll be looking at everything with the telephone. We're also going to install a dial center card for the ring here. We want to use something to the period, wait for dial tone. We have our cover for our bell box in the back. It's an Art Deco style bell box, and this equipment really complements each other. It's the perfect example of what you would see if you walked into a home back in the day. It would be normal to see this telephone with an E1 handset and that style bell box, a 684A. So it's very cool equipment. The 202 has been in Larry's family for a long time. He found the bell box and purchased the bell box, and this equipment really is a perfect example of what you would see in that period of time. So what we want to do is get a start on this equipment. We're going to come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool Western Electric telephone equipment. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing the rotary 202, and we want to kind of go through a little bit about what's going on. Now, the rotary is not dialing out, and it is wired improperly for how we want to use this telephone. So we need to go through the wiring and wire this telephone the way we want it wired to work the way we want it to work, and also wire it into the bell box. Now, we've located the proper diaphragm for the handset. Now these diaphragm, the metal disc, are not all the same size. The E1 handset has a much smaller diaphragm style size than, say, a wooden wall crank telephone or a candlestick telephone, and so you have to have the proper size. And we've located our diaphragm, and I want to show you the proper way to install a diaphragm, the metal disc. And you never want to take and set the diaphragm on the telephone handset like that and then try to put the cap on. That's a good way to bend your diaphragm. I've seen it many times, and you do not want to bend the diaphragm disc up too much because it has to ride a certain way. You always want to take the metal disc, drop it into the receiver cap, and then install it like this. And they can be a little tricky because of the threading on the bakelite. Now, if you try to put the diaphragm disc on first and then take your receiver capsule and tighten it, what happens is the disc ends up getting caught in the threads of your receiver cap. You can't really tighten it properly, and then sometimes it ends up getting bent, and you'll find that much easier. So now what we want to do is go through our rotary and our wiring, and we'll take care of that issue. We'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool telephone equipment. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing and converting this Western Electric 202 rotary desk telephone, and we're going to show a little bit about what's going on. Now, we're working on the rotary, and earlier we mentioned we need to wire this telephone the way we want it wired to work the way we want it to work. And this is a 4H dial that we have in this unit, and we also want to reconfigure our points. I want to show you what they look like disconnected from the rotary dial. And we need to go through and take our two screws out and reconfigure our points for the way we want this telephone to work. And so there's going to be some rewiring involved in that, but the points will also need to be reconfigured. We'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool telephone. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair of this really cool Western Electric 202 rotary desk telephone and bell box. And we're also going to mention our amplified pickup. We have that on the bell box unit. It's an amplified pickup so that you can hear the audio from a receiver. I have an amplifier back by the video. It has a button on it, and I can push that button and give dial tone or take it away at any time. And since it's an open amplifier, it is prone to any noise in the atmosphere, any static or any type of interference. And I'm going to push the button on it right now and show you there is a little bit of a staticky hum today because of the atmosphere. That's the noise. And if you hear that during the checkout, it will be the amplifier and not the telephone. So I'm going to go ahead and push the button and let you listen to what it sounds like when we're not even using the telephone. So I'll go ahead and push the button. If the video picked that up, I'm going to do it one more time. I'll push the button. And I let off of it. So now what we want to do is we want to also mention our port That's our line port that's been installed so that you can simply bring in any length, any color line cord that you choose and plug right into the modular port. Makes for a simple, easy plug and play connection. We also installed our dial center card, wait for dial tone, and we'll do some still pictures of those two items. Now we want to go ahead and start our final checkout. I have the cover off the bell box and you'll be able to see the clapper move back and forth. So you'll be able to watch that bell box in action. So we can go ahead and send a ring cycle. So we'll start that. We're going to let that go a few times. Now let it go one more time and we'll give you some dial tone. We're going to walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I want to transmit into the handset. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So now that we know that this unit is ringing in on a ring cycle, it's dialing out, we have transmit and receive, we can push this button on the switch box. That gives us a line out, totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we can call a time and temp number. We'll go ahead and give you some dial tone, and we'll call that number.
Good afternoon. Today is Monday, October 3rd. The time is 2:16. Current temperature 75 degrees.
Mostly cloudy today, then becoming partly sunny, highs in the mid-70s. Partly cloudy tonight, lows around 60. Partly cloudy Tuesday, highs around 80.
We can hang our unit up. We'll give you some dial tone and we'll call my number and it'll be busy. Go ahead and hang our handset up. I'll press the amplifier one more time and you'll be able to hear that hum. We mentioned earlier this telephone has been in Larry's family for a very long time, and it's really cool that he's going to be able to use it like they did. I'm sure this equipment is going to look great no matter where it's used. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching and have a great day.